Hello. Evening, guys. Good evening. Happy Monday. This is our May week 1. Hi, Carl. How are you? Hi, Renee. We are in our May week 1. Okay, another month, another new month. We are towards the middle of the year. Wow, damn, time really flies by, huh? We are almost towards the midpoint of 2023. Shit. Really that fast, huh? That is in the book you gave this one. Oh, really? Really? And mind we treat it as a revision lah. We treat it as revision lah. Really four metals lah. Aiyo. Yeah, so, you see lah, that's the thing lah, Carl. It's either some of your schools will be freaking fast, either some they will be turtle speed lah. I cannot I cannot, for the life of me, follow everyone. Okay, so don't worry, don't worry. We will catch up. At the end of the day, you'll be learning the same thing. Okay. Guys, put it this way lah, Put it this way, before year 9, before year 10, I would say, because year 11 is your O levels, right? That means year 9, you'll be having a small exam, sort of to put you which stream you want to be, right? I like to put it this way. Year 7, 8, and 9 is like a foundation year. Oh, you're skipping 9. That means you jump straight to 10. Okay, so this is like a foundation year lah. That means you use these years, your year 7, 8, and 9, to sort of build a foundation for you to be better in year 10. So what I'm trying to say here is take these 3 years as a sort of like a year to build yourself, right? The point here is for you to learn, not to exam, right? I mean, exam is not, everything, right? My point is for you to learn. Okay, you understand what I'm trying to say here? Okay, guys, let's finish this chapter. Okay, let's finish this chapter. We were here last week. Okay, we did mention that 3 things will affect your health, which is diet, drugs, and diseases. Okay, I might need 1 more week here, but I'll fly through this. Okay, so diet will affect, okay, you need to know what is marasmus, what is your kwashiorkor. Okay, I mean, although nowadays you very seldomly will see this already, because we have plenty of food to go around, right? But on the other hand, this is another problem that we are facing, which is obesity. We have more fat people than thin people right now, so that's the bigger problem. Yeah, I would agree. I mean, Carl, chemistry is like my favorite thing. Chemistry is like my favorite thing. So some people, they disagree. Okay, anyway, so behavior. Let's look at behavior. People who lack food feel tired and have little energy to move around. People who suffer from obesity have low self-confidence. Do you? Okay, I hope none of you guys are obese. Guys, that's why this body positivity is bullshit, right? They say, oh, you should feel confident while being fat. Well, no. How can you still feel confident when you're fat? I mean, if you feel that, oh, you still look very pretty when you're fat, I'm sorry, you're delusional. Right? Please don't be like that. Right. So next, hyperactivity in children is caused by consuming certain additives. Right. You know, it's hyperactivity when children they have too much sugar, or when they have certain additives like okay, Coca-Cola has caffeine, right? When you have caffeine, you will have kids will be hyperactive. Okay, you get what I mean lah. So next, health. People can stay healthy by eating a balanced diet. Malnutrition is a lack or excess of a nutrient. So remember the diseases we said, when you lack certain stuff, you will have this disease. When you eat too much of certain something, you get certain disease. That is malnutrition, right? Malnutrition is too much or too little, right? Like marasmus and kwashiorkor, when you eat too little stuff, that is malnutrition. Obesity is also malnutrition. So malnutrition can cause diseases, right? People in areas of famine, that means hungry, place that's, there's a lot of hunger, suffers from starvation and malnutrition is common. On the other hand, many developing countries suffer from obesity problem due to excessive food intake. Guys, I don't know whether you noticed this. Obesity nowadays, we used to think that obesity happens to rich people, isn't it? Right? Because rich people, they have food, they have plenty of food. Actually, no. Nowadays, obesity only happens to poor people. Why? Because they lack that knowledge what to eat. And just in case you don't know, nowadays our food is full of calories. When you are poor, you don't get enough education, you will tend to overeat, and that's why obesity usually only happens to poor, only happens to poor families. Okay, that's why developed countries like Norway, Sweden, those you will see very low rate of obesity because people know how to eat. Okay, whereas developing like Vietnam, like Malaysia, we are not very advanced yet. So our Malaysian people are still not very aware of what to eat. That's why you have more obesity here, right? Drain out liquid. Kwashiorkor will drain out liquid one. I'm not too sure though. I'm not too sure. Okay. Kwashiorkor is like it's very common in the 90s lah, but nowadays you don't really see kwashiorkor anymore. Not even in Africa. Right? Anyway, let's talk about drugs. This is something really interesting. I really want to talk about this. Right, so guys, by the way, guys, drug is not as in the drug drug is medicine. Guys, you have to know, even though people take drugs for fun, every drug has its medical use. Okay, every drug has its medical use. Guys, you know what is heroin? Hailuoyin. You know what is heroin? Heroin is actually what we call morphine. You know morphine? Morphine is a very strong painkiller, right? If let's say some people they got cancer, the doctor wants to relieve their pain, they will use morphine. Which if you sell it in the street, when people take it for fun, that is what we call heroin. Yeah, for anesthesia, yes, exactly, right, to kill pain. So a drug is a substance that can change the way the body works. As long as it modifies you, it changes you, that is a drug. So technically speaking, caffeine is a drug. Alcohol is a drug because alcohol affects your brain. It slows you down, right? It slows you down. Hi, Zihan, hello. Right, so we are in page 16. Last week's notes. We are not going to main notes just yet. Right, so technically speaking, caffeine is a drug because caffeine makes you awake, right? As long as something changes you, changes your body, that is a drug, right? Like Panadol is a drug because Panadol makes you not to feel pain. It kills away your pain. So we have drugs lah. But drugs we divide it into three types. We have medicinal drug. This is the drug you take when you are sick, or they call it medicine. We have non-medicinal drug, right? Like drugs you take for fun. Sometimes we call it recreational drug, 就是毒品，所谓的毒品啦。Okay, the drug you take for fun. And then there's performance enhancing drug. Asthma inhaler, yeah. Okay, guys, some drugs they can be all three. Like, okay, Carl, like the asthma inhaler, you say, okay, you know what's the asthma inhaler? Asthma inhaler. The asthma inhaler, inside there's something called clenbuterol. Okay, clenbuterol. Okay, which is this thing, right? Okay, so first of all, what is this clenbuterol? This clenbuterol is to open up your windpipe, okay, so that you don't get asthma. So this thing is a medicinal drug, right? This thing is a medicinal drug, right? If you have asthma, yes. If you have asthma, this is a medicinal drug. But if you take it for fun, some people, they take it to feel awake because it's a stimulant, just like coffee. So in this case, clenbuterol is also a non-medicinal drug. And a lot of people I know, you know what they take clenbuterol for? They take it for weight loss, right? They take it for weight loss. So in this case, it is also a performance enhancing drug, right? Guys, do you know many cyclists, they take clenbuterol? because it opens up their trachea, it opens up their lungs so they can breathe better. Is that cheating? Yes. Right? Imagine you're a cyclist. Okay, you are against someone who takes clenbuterol. He can breathe better than you. He has more stamina than you. So is it fair? Is it fair? Of course not. Right? So many cyclists they will actually take asthma drug to make them perform better. So that's the thing about drug. So you see, guys, you can't just draw a line, right? That okay, you might say, sir, then how can cyclists do that? We should ban inhaler for cyclists. What if some cyclists they have asthma? You see the problem now? You see the problem now? Okay, like guys, you know what is testosterone? Oh, this is really interesting stuff, guys. Okay, you know what is testosterone? Maybe you have learned this in school already. Okay, let's go a bit out of topic. You know what is testosterone? Yes, Renee, that's very good. That's your hormone. Remember when we learned about reproduction? That is the hormone you produce as a guy. Okay, as a guy, you have balls, right? You have two balls down there. It will produce this testosterone. Okay, what will testosterone do? Testosterone will make you a male. It will make you manly. It will make your voice deeper. It will make you grow mustache and beard. This thing also builds muscle, right? So testosterone is what they call steroid. Heard of this word? Heard of this word? Many bodybuilders I know takes this, right? Because it makes you build more muscle, right? So is this cheating? Is this cheating? Yes, right? But okay, guys, what if I tell you, what if I tell you there are some people, they just cannot go through puberty. Their balls doesn't work, right? So they need to take extra testosterone to make them go through puberty. Is that cheating then? Is that cheating then? Right? What if the guys, okay, you might say, okay, sir, then that is not cheating. What if the guy says, why not I take a little bit more to make me build a little bit more muscle? So is that cheating? Where do you draw the line? You get what I mean? You get what I mean? Okay, guys, let me ask you something. What is the drug that kills the most people every year? What is bupivacaine? Carl, can you explain? Okay, enlighten me, please. I haven't heard this before. Okay, guys, what is the drug that killed the most people every year? You want to take a guess? The drug that killed the most people. Is it heroin? Is it cocaine? Is it the 白粉 you mean the one is cocaine? No, not even close. Guys, any of you want to take a guess? What is the drug that killed the most people every year? What is the drug that killed the most people every year? You will be surprised. You'll be surprised. You know why? You know why? By a mile. No, not Panadol. Not Panadol. No, not really. The drug that killed the most people is actually legal. It's alcohol. It's alcohol. Alcohol killed so many people, more than every drug combined. Okay, because of drink driving, because of liver failure. Okay, I can name plenty, right? So, guys, I have a question here. Since alcohol killed so many people, right? Since alcohol killed so many people, right? Why is it legal? You see the problem? You see the problem? That's why I never agree with banning drugs. The more you ban something, the worse it gets. You get what I mean? You get what I mean? If you go and study history, you will know. America, they tried to ban alcohol 100 years ago. They call it the prohibition law. They call it the prohibition law. They thought they are very smart. They say, oh, you know what? The US said, okay, the America, they say, oh, we are going to ban alcohol. You guess what happened? Alcohol got even worse. More people now wants to take alcohol, right? It is that, you see, guys, it is human nature that we want to do something that is not allowed. Isn't it? Isn't it? Right? Like you see, if your school, let's say your school bans something, your school bans, let's say, having uncut hair, having long hair, you will die want to leave long hair one. You will die want to go to school with long hair. It's that, how do I put this? In Hokkien, we say 乖懒. Okay, humans be very 乖懒 one. Things that is illegal, we want to do it one. Right? So the drug that killed the most people is actually alcohol. So why is it not banned? I have no idea. Right? Anyway, so medicinal drugs are used to treat diseases and to ease pain like your Panadol. Non-medicinal drugs change the way the brain works. These drugs are illegal in many countries. Okay, depends on what drug we're talking. Performance-enhancing drugs are used by athletes to perform better in sports. Right? So alcohol and nicotine are drugs that are legal in many countries. You know what is nicotine? You know what is nicotine? Some alcohol are medicine. I mean, if you want to say that, right? What is nicotine? Nicotine is cigarette. Nicotine is cigarette. Yes, Coca-Cola was a medicine, correct? Coca-Cola was a medicine. Was. They used to sell Coca-Cola in pharmacies. In pharmacies. Oh, right. In America, they don't call it pharmacy. They call it drugstore. They call it drugstore, as in 卖药的店, drugstore. So they used to sell Coca-Cola in drugstore because they treat it as a drug, right? Because it gives you energy. You know why Coca-Cola makes you awake? You know why Coca-Cola makes you awake? Because number one, Coca-Cola has caffeine. That's why children shouldn't take them. Coca-Cola has caffeine. And last time, you know what the Coca stands for? You know what the Coca stands for? The Coca stands for coca leaf. You know cocaine? You know cocaine? The white powder cocaine. It comes from that leaf called coca leaves. So Coca-Cola used to have coca leaves. I mean, last time. Nowadays, it's not allowed. Right? That's why having cocaine and caffeine, it makes you awake. That's why they used to give Coca-Cola to everyone. Even children, they have it. Right? What about root beer? Root beer is not really lah. Okay, guys, if you were to take time machine to go back 100 years ago, you'll be surprised lah. You'll be surprised. Our moral standard is really funny. Did you know that? Did you know that in, like, let's say 1923, 100 years ago, 100 years ago, if your child wouldn't stop crying at night, if your child keeps making noise and you cannot sleep at night, it is legal to give them cough medicine until they sleep. Basically, you are allowed to drug your own kid. Right? You have a kid that wouldn't shut up, feed them cough medicine until they pass out. It is allowed. It is very legal. Right? And heroin used to be legal. Cocaine used to be legal. Right? That means you can just buy heroin. They call it morphine lah. You can just buy morphine from any drugstore. Like, you can just walk out of the drugstore with morphine. It's a funny standard where we live in, isn't it? Right? Like, you see, something as dangerous as cigarette is legal, but you know what is weed? You know tama? You know marijuana? You know tama? It's already legal in Thailand. But here in Malaysia, it's still illegal. Right? If you compare smoking weed and smoking cigarette, cigarette is actually worse. But why is the worst thing legal, but why is the less bad thing illegal? I don't know. You see, this moral standard thing, it's a very funny thing. Like, why is this something illegal? Why is this something not illegal? Okay. Which all drugs are under Carl, we don't live in a perfect world. Whenever you try to ban something, there will be people trying to do illegal stuff. Okay, guys, I will give you a statistics. I'll give you a statistic. Malaysia, we implemented death sentence in 1960 something. Okay? 1960 something. That means starting from 1960 something, if you are found to possess certain amount of drugs, you are sentenced to death. Mandatory death sentence. Do you know Malaysia trafficking drug is mandatory death sentence? 马来西亚运毒是死刑的 right? But from 1960 something until now, from 1960 something until now, did drug cases reduce? Did drug cases reduce? No. It went up instead. That means death sentence is useless. Right? Death sentence is useless. As long as there's people wanting drugs, you will have people selling them. You cannot run away. Right? Is prostitution illegal? Yes. You know, is prostitution 就是去做鸡去卖身体啦 right? Prostitution is very legal in Malaysia. I mean, we are a Muslim country. So do you see prostitute in Malaysia? Yes. Malaysia is one of the top country for sex trafficking. Right? If people want to travel to get sex, they will either go to Thailand or Malaysia. Isn't it illegal? You see? It's illegal, but it's even worse here. Right? In the Netherlands, it's legal. We are even worse than that. So you see, sometimes like, you don't simply ban things because you will just make it worse. It doesn't work like that. Right? It's not like you ban something or people will stop doing it. No, it doesn't work that way. Right? So alcohol and nicotine, they are drugs that are legal. You can just get alcohol and nicotine. Okay. I don't think 7-Eleven is not allowed to sell it to you if you want to buy cigarette, but most stores they couldn't care. Right? They just want to make money. Right? Okay, so conception and pregnancy, how does it affect you having baby? Drinking alcohol and smoking reduces sperm count. Okay, it will make your sperm worse. It can also affect the ovaries. Okay, it make you not produce ovum. This reduces the chance of conception. Of course, smoking makes you not so fertile. During pregnancy, drugs slow down the growth of fetus and might cause physical and mental disability. One of it is your fetal alcohol syndrome. What is fetal alcohol syndrome? That means if you're having a baby and you choose to not to just have a cup of wine, you're drinking whiskey every day. So what will happen? You will stunt your baby's growth and they will look kind of retarded. Because the alcohol is a poison for babies. So if you have a baby growing inside you and you drink alcohol, you're basically poisoning your baby and your baby will look, not just look like, they will be not to say mentally retarded, but they will have slow brain development. They will just be born stupid. I hate to use the word, but it's just what it is, right? They will just be born stupid. So this is the reason why you don't give drugs to kids. This is the reason why you don't drink alcohol when you're pregnant. I mean, who drinks alcohol when they're pregnant, right? But you'll be surprised that people doing it. Okay? Because my one of my auntie, she smokes when she's pregnant. You see? Guys, let me ask you something. When you were pregnant, any of you around your mother smoke? Do you know that if your mom is pregnant, your dad should actually stop smoking? Your dad should actually stop smoking because not only she's poisoning himself, he's also poisoning the baby. Right? Just don't be selfish lah. Just don't be stupid. Right, anyway, growth and development. Drugs affect the development of brain and physical growth of the body, of course. Behavior, effects of alcohol. What does alcohol do? What does alcohol do? Guys, alcohol is a depressant. Do you know what is a depressant? Depressant is the opposite of a stimulant. What is a stimulant? Stimulant is something that stimulates you. Like coffee, it makes you awake, right? Nicotine is a stimulant. The opposite of stimulant is depressant. It slows you down, it makes you calm down, it makes you chill. Alcohol is that way, right? So it slows you down. Slows down your nerve impulse, the person reacts more slowly, right? So when you're drunk, you cannot walk straight because you're so dizzy. Okay, your brain doesn't work very quickly. Behavioral change, you become reckless and aggressive, difficult to think and speak clearly, loss of body balance. You cannot even walk. What makes you think that you can drive? Right? So please don't drink and drive. It's a very stupid thing to do. So reason for non-medicinal drug use. Why do people take recreational drugs? Why do people take drugs for fun? Number one is seeking pleasure. Number two is peer pressure. Depression, loneliness, or unable to cope with life. Right? Basically, you have a very sad life. You are suicidal, then you will be, you know, you will be more likely to take drugs. Okay. One thing is peer pressure. Guys, you know what is peer pressure? You know what is peer pressure? 同班压力. That means all your friends, if all your friends are smoking, if you don't smoke, you will be left out. They will not hang out with you because you are the lame one. So that is peer pressure. Okay, so especially your age, you will be very, very prone to peer pressure. Okay, I think I told you this last week also. So long-term use may result in memory loss, hallucination, and mental illness. Long-term use also cause addiction. This is the biggest problem. If a person suddenly stops, they may suffer withdrawal symptom. What is withdrawal symptom? Withdrawal symptom means when you suddenly stop something, you don't feel comfortable. Right, so case in point, guys, do you use Instagram? Do you use Instagram? Do you use Instagram every day? Do you use Instagram every day? Okay, today I ask you to delete your Instagram. No Instagram for a month. Can you survive? Cannot, right? So that is withdrawal symptom. Okay, you already stop using, then good for you. Okay, many people, they are very addicted to Instagram, right? So any social media, any you name it. So if you are addicted to something, if I ask you to stop, your body beta one. So you feel you don't feel good. Same goes to everything. Like me, I used to be very addicted to coffee. I mean, I still drink coffee now, but not so bad lah. Last time I used to drink like 5-6 cups per day. Per day, if I don't drink like 5, at least 3 lah. If I don't drink coffee, I will get headache one. Okay, so that is withdrawal symptom That is withdrawal 我们叫抽离症状. So you cannot stop. So that's addiction lor. Okay, so health, in long-term alcohol use, liver may become inflamed and develop hepatitis, right? What is hepatitis? This is the swelling of your liver, 肝炎. And if you don't stop this, the liver will turn into scar tissue. Your liver will start to harden. Scar tissue is hard, so your liver will harden. The hardening of liver is what we call cirrhosis, 肝硬化. Okay, 肝硬化. This is very important. 肝硬化. Your liver hardens, so this thing will develop into a cancer. This reduces the liver's ability to deal with poison and may be fatal. Cirrhosis is very serious. You get this from alcohol. You get this from alcohol. It's not like you drink 1-2 day, you get cirrhosis. Cirrhosis takes years, right? If you drink whiskey every day for like 20 years, maybe you will get cirrhosis. Right? Even 1 year, 2 years of drinking, you most likely will get cirrhosis. Okay, and of course, treating drug abuse. How do we treat drug abuse? All addictions can be treated. People addicted to drugs may attend rehabilitation center. You know what is this? In the US, they call it rehab. Rehab 就是戒毒所啦. Right? If you are caught using drugs and you are an addict, right, they will throw you to rehab. Basically, they will use treatment to take you away from the drug so that you stop using. Right? You can talk to people there. There are therapists there. They want to solve your problem. Guys, let me say something. Let me say something. If you come from a very happy family, your life is very happy. Okay, you have a very loving parents. Okay, you have very loving family. All your friends around you loves you. You will not be a drug addict, right? Because this is what they found. Drug addicts themselves, they are troubled people, right? They have how do I put this? They have bad childhood. They lost their loved ones, okay, and they're having trauma. And some of them, they are even veterans. They have gone to war. They have PTSD. You know what is PTSD? 创伤后遗症, right? So they have been through something hard in their life that they want to escape from real life, right? They have a very sad life, right? So they want to escape. So what do? They will resort to drugs. If you're a very happy person, you're a full of life person, your life is very hopeful, you will never go for drugs, right? Because there's no need for you to escape. 你不用逃离现实，因为你的现实就是这样幸福嘛，不需要right? So this is what happened. That's why we shouldn't treat drug addicts like some kind of dirt, like they don't deserve to live. It's not like they want to be this way, right? They have this hidden thing inside them that needs to be solved, right? Maybe they were tortured by their parents when they were kids. Well, of course, they will turn out to be this way. Okay, if you can't relate to this, you are like, sir, I live in a very happy family, then good for you. Okay, then good for you. Do you feel like harming yourself? Do you feel like harming yourself? No, I hope not. I hope not. Do you live in a very abusive family? I hope not. In that case, you wouldn't want to harm yourself. Okay, what's the point? Right? So anyway, let's talk about disease. Okay, let's talk about disease. We have finished drug. So what is a disease? A disease is an abnormal condition which affects the health of the body. Right? As long as you are abnormal, you have a disease. Okay, of course, disease, you have two types. You have mental disease and you have physical disease, right? When you get sick mentally, there's a mental disease. So sexually transmitted disease, we call it STD. Okay, this is very important. Sorry, butterfinger. I keep dropping my pen. So sexually transmitted disease, they are transmitted by unprotected sexual intercourse. Let's say you have sex with someone without a condom, and if that person has this disease, they will pass this to you, right? Like chlamydia, gonorrhea, syphilis, these are your STD, right? I mean, they sound very scary, isn't it? They sound very scary, isn't it? But nowadays, modern society, today, 2023, STD is nothing new already, and it's nothing scary. If you get these diseases, what do? Just go to the doctor, they will give you antibiotic, you'll be fine, right? It's just that it's very shameful, okay? Because you're doing something, you know what I mean, lah. So these are your STD. And of course, malaria is a disease caused by protozoa, a type of microorganism spread by female Anopheles mosquito. Malaria is a lot like dengue. Okay, it's spread by mosquito. Any of you here got dengue before? Any of you here got dengue before? Malaria is like a more serious version of dengue. You will very seldomly see this in Malaysia. Malaria mostly happens in Africa. Mostly happens in Africa. Okay, and of course, AIDS, I'm sure you heard of this. You guys have heard of AIDS, right? This is called acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. What is immunodeficiency? Immuno means your immune system. Deficiency means not enough. That means this disease will make your immune system weak. It will make your immune system weak so that other disease can come and kill you. Guys, AIDS will not kill you. AIDS will not kill you, but they will make other disease kill you. Right? If you have AIDS, you might just die from a flu. Other people, flu, no problem. Their white blood cell can just fight the flu virus. Your body cannot. So that is AIDS. Right? It is caused by the HIV. We call it human immunodeficiency virus. The virus damages a human's body immune system. You see, like I said, it damages your immune system, making the person more likely to be infected by other diseases. So other diseases can come kill you. It is spread by unprotected sexual intercourse and sharing of needles, right? So if you have sex with someone with AIDS, you will get it too. And sharing of needles, you might say, sir, who the hell shares needle? You know, the needle for injection? This is mostly for drug addicts. That's why AIDS mostly is passed by sex worker, right? Or it's passed by drug addicts. Oh, no. Deadliest disease is not Ebola. Guys, let me ask you, what is the deadliest infectious disease? You know what is infectious disease? The disease that will infect you can be transmitted. No, it's not the Black Death. By far, this disease that I'm talking about is by far the deadliest in the world. Anyone? By the way, it's 99% death rate. 99% death rate. For comparison, COVID is 0.1. 0.0 something. Is it the ringworm one? No. No, not really. I'll give you a hint, guys. I'll give you a hint. I mean, I give you this hint, you will know already. It's a disease caused by dog bites. You all know this? It's a disease caused by dog bite. If you are bitten by a dog, you will get this disease. What is it called? What is it called? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. No, it's not post is tetanus. No, that is cut. You cut by something rusty. If you get bitten by a dog, you will get something called rabies. Heard of it? 狂犬病. 狂犬病. This thing is 99% death rate. You will for sure die. Right? So in history, people who have survived rabies, I think it's not more than 10. Right? So next time, if you get bitten by a dog, not just any dog, domestic dog, you wouldn't get this problem, but wild dogs, okay, stray dogs. So if you get bitten by a stray dog, please go and get an injection. If you are injected, then you won't get the disease, right? But if you don't do anything, 2 weeks later, when the symptom starts to show, when the symptom comes, there's no need for you to do anything because you're 99% dead. Okay, almost like for sure lah. So anyway, so tuberculosis, TB, is a disease caused by a bacteria. It infects the lungs, right? Just like COVID, this is a lung disease. Guys, do you have this? Do you have this dot here? This scar here? Do you? This thing? This thing? Do you have this scar here? Huh? Not, what do you mean not yet? This thing is like since baby until now, no? You guys have it? You guys have this? This thing. This thing is your tuberculosis vaccine. You are already vaccinated here since you are born. So don't worry, you will never get this. Okay, you'll never get, not to say never lah, but it's very low chance. Okay, and it is spread by droplets produced by coughing, sneezing, and spitting. It's transmitted by air. Okay, why is the scar so big? Somehow, right? Somehow, this vaccine will make your injection site swell. Right? You will get a very nasty swell here. That is part of the side effect of this vaccine. So you get a scar lor. You get a scar lor because you have swollen skin. Okay, so next, conception and pregnancy. STD will cause PID, pelvic inflammatory disease. That means your hip is swollen. Your fallopian tube is swollen and cause infertility, so you cannot get pregnant. STD may also damage sperm production. Like rubella can damage the nervous system of the fetus. What is rubella, guys? You won't get it anymore also because you're already vaccinated. You are already vaccinated, and a mother may pass HIV to the fetus. So if you have HIV, you shouldn't get pregnant because there's a very high chance your baby will get it. But don't worry, there's a drug for it already. Okay, it's actually not as deadly as last time. So growth and development, disease can slow down or stop growth. HIV can be passed on to a baby during breastfeeding. Health, STD may damage reproductive organ. Chlamydia can cause blindness. Syphilis can cause skin rashes. Malaria infects the liver and damage the red blood cell. In serious cases, all your organs will damage. AIDS cause opportunistic infection. Remember I said AIDS will make you... How many shots do you get when you're born? I'm glad you asked, Carl. I'm glad you asked. I was actually teaching my Form 2 the other day. This is the list of of vaccines you have taken. You see, at birth, you have BCG and hepatitis B. And then first month, second month, third month, fifth month, 9 month, 12 month, 18 months. So this is our Malaysia vaccination schedule. You must follow, right? If you don't vaccinate your child, it's actually illegal. You'll be punished. It's punishable by law, right? You must bring your child for vaccination. Okay, so what is opportunistic infection? Like I said, AIDS will make you so weak, other disease will come and kill you. You give them an opportunity to kill you. This is what we call opportunistic infection, right? That is the body becoming too weak to fight other diseases that other healthy individuals can. Opportunistic infection can cause death, right? It will kill you, of course. Tuberculosis causes development of lung scar tissue even if the person recovers. Okay, so guys, there's a lot of, you know, scattered points here. Okay, you can read it for fun lah. This chapter is not really that important, not really coming out for exam. So fighting disease, medicine is the knowledge of healing humans. There are two aspects in medicine: prevention and cure. So as we have said, as you have heard, prevention is always better than cure, right? It is always better to not get the disease than getting the disease and curing it, right? So the best way for you for COVID is not to get it in the first place. Okay, so how do we do this? We have something called immunization, basically vaccination lah. So immunization is a major way of preventing some diseases. The use of antibiotic has cured many diseases. So antibiotic is a cure. Antibiotic is a cure. Why do you hear a syringe? Okay, ma, it's needle only what. Right, so immunization is the use of vaccination to help human body to achieve immunity against a certain disease. A vaccine contains weakened or dead microorganisms that cause a disease. So your COVID vaccine actually has COVID virus inside, dead COVID virus, so that you can develop the immunity to it. When given to humans, it stimulates the body's white blood cell to produce antibody. Due to the microorganism being weakened or dead, it doesn't cause disease like healthy microorganism would. That means you might say, sir, if I inject COVID virus into my body, wouldn't it make you sick? No, because it's actually weakened or dead COVID. Put into your body, I lie to your body that you are infected, so your body will produce the antibody. So when the real thing comes, you are prepared. Okay, when the real thing comes, you are already prepared. So that's the concept of vaccination. Right? So over a period of time, the body develops immunity towards the disease. So now you are immune. Right? While antibiotics are medicine grown using bacteria or fungi, it is used to kill other microorganisms while not harming body cells. So antibiotic is a cure. It is not a prevention. Right? Something I must tell you, guys. Something I must tell you, please do not take antibiotic for fun. Okay? Please do not take antibiotic for fun. Only take it when you need it. Right? What do I mean only when needed? Guys, you will not need antibiotic when you are sick, most likely. When you're having flu, when you're having fever, that is caused by virus. Antibiotic doesn't work. Antibiotic is for bacteria. No, that one is antibody. That one is antibody. That is very different. Okay, that is very different. So next time when you are sick, you don't need antibiotic. You don't need antibiotic, right? Because if you have a flu, I think at least once in a year you will get sick, right? Because of flu. Flu is caused by virus. Okay, flu is caused by virus. There is no use, okay, for you to get antibiotic because antibiotic only kills bacteria. It doesn't kill the virus. That's why you get COVID, you get dengue, or any virus disease, you won't need antibiotic because it's useless. Right? So try not to take antibiotic if you don't need it. So that's it for this chapter. Okay, that's it for this chapter. You guys have any question? Oh, sorry. You guys have any question before I move on to the exercise? Okay, the rest of you, okay? I know it's a very boring chapter. I'm just rushing things through. Actually, this chapter is quite interesting, but I don't want to spend too much time here. You guys cool? You guys cool? Okay, Zihan, Renee, you guys okay? Are you guys still with me? Are you still with me? Okay, so this is like a reading for fun chapter it's just for general knowledge. So number one, below shows some facts about marasmus and kwashiorkor. Write the letter of each description in the appropriate column. So what is the difference? Marasmus is you langsung got no food. You have no rice, no fats, no nothing. You are so skinny. But kwashiorkor is a little bit better. You get food, okay, not too much, but you get enough. But you don't get protein. You are lacking protein. That means you have no money for meat, you have no money for milk, eggs, and things like that. So yeah, it's slightly better. You have a big tummy, right? You have a swollen tummy, but at least you're not as bad as marasmus. Okay, not much better, but still better nonetheless. So occurs over 18 months of age. Over 18 months is mostly kwashiorkor. Kwashiorkor happens to older children. Muscle wasting away. You are losing muscle. Uh, it can be both though, but it's more towards marasmus lah. Okay, under the age of 1, this is C. Okay, marasmus can happen to anything. Swelling, you get big tummy. This is your kwashiorkor. Right? Diet lacking energy and protein. You don't have rice and protein. What you also don't have, that is marasmus. What causes sore throat? Sore throat is when you have infection, flu. Guys, flu is not just runny nose. Like this is not flu. Flu is the whole thing. Flu is the whole thing. Runny nose, sore throat, coughing, fever. That is your flu. So sore throat is part of the flu. You have a virus inside you. Just let your body kill it. Your body will do so. Give it some time. Right? And of course, diet rich in starch but poor in protein. You do not have enough protein, you will get kwashiorkor. You can still eat starch, you still have rice. Right? Better, right? Better than marasmus, right? But not much better lah, but because you still don't get protein. Yeah, same rhinovirus exactly. Wow, funny you should mention. Yeah, it's caused by rhinovirus. That's correct. So number 2, obesity is caused by eating a diet which is too rich in two nutrient. What food makes you get fat? You have your carbohydrate and your fats. Because these two will give you energy. So when you have too much energy, you get fat loss because your body store it away. B, name 3 food which eaten in excess could lead to obesity. Write this yourself. C, how does obesity affect a person in daily activity? You have low self-esteem. You feel terrible about yourself. Guys, you can even say you lose mobility. You know what is mobility? 活动性, how freely you move. If you're 140 kg, imagine if you're 140 kg, can you move as agile or as fast as right now, as you are right now? Of course you won't, right? And guys, did you know this? Did you know this? Fat people, they get painful knees. They get painful knees. I have a friend who's like 120 kg. He can never walk far, right? He can never walk far. You ask him to walk a bit further, he will get knee pain. Because the knee is taking so much weight, right? Especially if you climb the stairs. If this 120 kg of this friend of mine, if he takes the stairs, oh my God, it's basically knee pain the whole day for him. That's why you don't get fat. That's why you don't get fat. Your joints will never like it. So D, state 2 ways an obese person can do to regain a healthy body. Oh my God. What can you do to make yourself healthy? Yeah, he will lose cartilage. And yeah, I told him, but he just refused to listen. So how do you make yourself healthy again if you have obesity? Anyone? Anyone? Any answers that make sense? I have like 5, 6 answers here. Okay, you do. Okay, the main 2 things, okay, follow food pyramid, or you can say follow a balanced diet. What else? Go exercise. It's always diet and exercise. Okay, you see, I always get this question. Sir, I want to go to the gym. I want to build more muscle. Diet or exercise more important? Both also important. Can you build muscle just by eating right, but not exercising? No. Can you build muscle by not eating healthily but just going to the gym every day? Still no, right? You need both. Okay, number 4. Number 3, a group of volunteers are helping some starving children. They gave the children a mixture of powdered milk and water. What does this do? Okay, it provides protein and carbohydrate. Milk has carbohydrate too, because milk has sugar. So B, after that, they give the children some food which contains more protein and energy. Why would they make the change? Okay, why change from milk to powder? Because like I say, the children are healthy enough to digest food, right? It's just like when you're a baby lah. Why can't I just give you food when you are a baby? Because you cannot digest the food yet. So I give you milk for now. After the milk, now your digestive system gets better now, I can give you solid food. Right? The same concept as a baby. So number 4, define what drugs are. Drugs are substances that change the way our body works. Okay, it changes your brain, it changes your body, changes you physically and chemically. So B, developing baby can be affected by 3 types of drugs. State the effect of the drug. So non-medicinal drug, like for example, what non-medicinal drug we have here? Okay, let's talk about alcohol first. Alcohol will cause fetal alcohol syndrome. Okay, tobacco will damage baby's brain cell. If you smoke when you have a baby, or your partner smokes when you're having a baby, your baby will be stupid. Okay, you will have lower IQ because you are damaging the brain. What? Non-medicinal drugs. What are some non-medicinal drugs? Let's just say cocaine. Okay, the effects of the drug, it will affect the growth of the baby. Right? God knows what will happen. C, why is drinking alcohol before driving considered dangerous? Is fetus accepted? Yes, very, very accepted. In fact, fetus is the correct word. So, why is it dangerous? Because alcohol slows our brain, right? So you are not able to react quickly to danger. Your reaction time increases, so you are not very reactive. You are very blurry. Okay, you're not very reactive. So, can we finish this? Oh, that's quite a bit, huh? So, what is a recreational drug? Okay, it is a drug taken for pleasure. You are taking it for fun. Like cigarette is a recreational drug. Alcohol is a recreational drug. So B, name 2 life processes that can be affected by drugs that affect the brain. Okay, you can say growth. Okay, growth. What else are conception or reproduction? I don't think reproduction affects the brain, but yeah, one of the answer. Name an organ that can be damaged by drinking too much alcohol. Liver. Okay, guys, if you take medicine for fun, if you always take Panadol for fun, and if you drink alcohol for fun, who is the guy that's working the hardest? That will be your liver. Your liver will take a bad beating, right? That's why they always scan for your liver when you do a blood test. Okay, if you're a drug user, if you're a recreational drug user, when they put you into the rehabilitation center, they will always check for your liver because those drugs in your body will be thrown away by your liver. So if your liver doesn't look very healthy, your body is not very good at throwing away the drug, okay, which will create body damage. So your liver is very important, huh? Your liver is very important. That's why people who drink a lot of alcohol, they will have very bad liver. Like I said, swollen liver or cirrhosis, hardening of the liver. So draw a circle around the three that are true. Drugs can affect life processes, yes. All recreational drugs are illegal, no. Alcohol is legal. Drugs can damage your health, yes. Alcohol is a drug. All drugs are things to swallow, no. You can inject them. Yeah, I would say liver and kidney. Liver and kidney, right? Guys, I have a friend who takes steroid, okay, because he's a bodybuilder. So I actually asked him, because he does he will do blood tests half a year, once every half a year, right? Because he wants to check whether is the steroid damaging his body. So I actually asked him, so what do you check? He said mostly he will check liver and kidney. Because when you're injecting steroid into your body, who is the organ that is throwing everything out? That would be your liver and kidney. Okay, so he pays very close attention to his liver and kidney. Okay, so I mean he goes to competitions lah. So what can I say? He does this for a living. Anyway, so that's it for our chapter. What is it again? Six 6 or 7 So next week we will go into your main notes. I hope you received them already. Have you guys received your main notes? Right? I mean, like Carl, you have gone through this in your school, your main notes, but just take it as a revision, lah. Okay, just take it as a revision. You can always revise for more, no problem. Okay. Yeah, I don't believe in acupuncture. You see, that's the thing, right? I think it's pretty bullshit. It's just like a placebo thing, right? So guys, that's it for today. Okay. I will see you next week, lah, guys. Okay. Have a good Monday. I will see you soon. So good night, everyone. Okay. See you next week. Bye bye.